So shout out to Anton from the Anton Daniels channel. He has actually a couple of YouTube channels that I watch pretty much periodically. And he recently did a review on this young lady's video. And I said, I wanted to do a review myself. So let's get into it.
So I ghosted my boyfriend on New Year's Eve, and I have not spoken to him since. Before I get into this, I just want to say that me and my boyfriend, we have been together for a year. Well, almost a year, 11 months. A year on February 2nd, we will have been together. Okay. My boyfriend is also 34, grown man. He also is a homeowner, has a pretty good job, and also has a business that he's starting. So let's start there, right? So recently, I obviously, like you all have known, I have become unemployed, and I have not been able to find a job. I have put in like 30 applications a day. I've got nothing, like barely even an interview. I've gone on 2 interviews, so I've been literally struggling, and I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. Okay. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna keep it together for this. I'm not gonna get stressed out. I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. It's something so crazy about having hundreds of thousands of dollars one day and then the next day having nothing. But that's
How do you do that? How do you have hundreds of thousands of dollars, which means you have multiple hundred thousands one day and then the next you don't have anything? I'm going to need you to dive a little more deeper on that so we can learn how not to make the same mistake that you made.
that's what's going on right now. And so I am vulnerable with my man, and I go, hey, I'm gonna need to like stay with you for a little while I get myself together. Like, I don't have anything on the rent. And so I'm gonna need to move with you while I get myself together. Mind you, I said he has his own house, his own 3 bedroom apartment in a nice neighborhood. He also has a best friend. His best friend lives with him, mind you, and has been living with him for however many years that he's like lived there, almost the whole time he's lived there. And so I'm like, if his best friend can live with him, why not his girlfriend, you know? So I'm like,
Uh, First of all, let me again. You need more context in your story. Best friend living with him. I'm gonna bet the farm that his best friend pays some sort of bills or pitches in or contributes to the household. But you didn't say best friend was working, wasn't working. But I'm just going to say that his best friend, if he's been there for years, yeah, his best friend is doing something. Or his best friend is not somebody who's going to really bring a bunch of drama to his life. You feel me? You, on the other hand, you are his woman. That's a little different. You are used to being independent, single with hundreds of thousands of dollars, and now all of a sudden you have nothing. That's a red flag. How did you lose all this money? And then another question is, why you wait until you about to get evicted to where you have no money to pay bills to say, hey, I need to come live with you? Did you ever say, hey, I'm like hard on my luck? The dude say he got a business. Why don't you go work for him? But did you ever say, hey, I'm kind of going through a rough patch. Can you help? Can you spot me a little money for this month? You know, because but I'll be all right next month. I mean, did you even start out with that? You waited until this time until you have nothing and about to lose it all and say, hey, I need to move in with you. No, you don't. You don't need to. You want to, but you don't need to.
like, hey, I need a place to stay. Which honestly, in hindsight, I should have even have to ask for that. He knew I was struggling. He should have said, hey, let me take something off of your plate. Like, come stay with me so that you can breathe and get this. If he really cared about me,
Let me
he
tell you
would.
something about dudes a lot of times. Uh, we don't read minds. We've said that 1,000 times. Now you telling us you had hundreds of thousands of dollars in your life. So you supposedly know how to go get it, correct? You can tell a dude all day that you struggling, you know, times are hard, and depending on the way you present yourself, he might just look at you like, okay, that's fine. Because you might put it out there like you can do it on your own. You don't need nobody help. Don't worry, you're always gonna make it. You're independent. This, that, and the third. I'm strong black woman, so I can handle this. I can handle this situation. So he might say, okay, dang, you having hard times, okay? Because as a dude, when you talk like that, you sound like a dude. So as a dude, most of us we go on hard times. We may or may not tell somebody how we doing it, but we out there grinding, trying to get it. You feel me? So that's probably the way he looked at you, like, okay, well, you gonna go out there and grind and go get it.
Have said that, but he didn't. He sat there and he watched me struggle and then watched me get to the point where I was like, hey, I just need a break. Like, I'm literally so depressed. I'm losing my mind. I can't find anything. Can you please help me? And he said, no. He said, no. He said, no, you cannot live with me. Mind you, living with him is free. Doesn't cost him anything. He said,
That's a
no.
lie. It will cost you anything. I've already did videos and I told y'all when people move into your house, the first thing that go up is your bills. That's the first thing that goes up is your cost of living. Cause they're gonna use more water, use more electricity. She ain't working because she's gonna be at home all day, probably. If she ain't out there looking for a job, applying for a job, she at the house. She at the house eating your food. That's gonna cost you money. Taking showers. That's gonna cost you more money. Using your electricity. That's gonna raise the electric bill. And if she's home too much at the wrong time, and your best friend is there, nah, player, you don't never put yourself in a situation like that. Or your best friend and your gal at your house, and you probably out working, and she at the house, and then he might be at the house, man. I heard too many stories about how that goes left.
I can't live with him. At first, he goes, oh, I like that we have our own places to retreat to when we get into our arguments. And wrong answer. Number one, when we get into arguments, we never leave. Like, we stay in the same room and we continue to talk it out until we work it through, which I think is a really good habit that we have and a really good green flag that we have in our relationship. Yes, do we get into arguments? So does everyone. Yes, do I lose my cool? I'm a woman, but I rein it back in and we figure it out and nobody goes home. So that's a weird thing to say. We've never even done that. Second of all, that sounds
See,
like
that's
a
what you
problem.
think. See, and that goes with how men and women think differently. Because you might think that y'all hash it out and nobody leaves. He's probably just sitting there like, okay, I'm trying to talk. She ain't listening. I'm gonna let her finish talking. Then I'm gonna say, okay, you right, and then I'm gonna go home.
To me, not a solution. When we get into arguments, we should not be leaving because what happens when we get married? There is no way to go. We both live in the same house. So maybe that's not a good habit to start. Being that we have not started yet, maybe let's not start that now. On our very first date, I told him that I wanted to be engaged within a year. I said, after a year, I want to be engaged. He said that's plenty of enough time for someone to know whether or not they want to get married or not. This is what he said.
Well, which means if it's been a year and y'all not engaged yet, then he probably knows that he don't want to get married to you for whatever reason.
We have talked about it, I shit you not, probably 10 times throughout this year. And never once did he say, I don't think this is going well enough for that to be a realistic goal anymore. Never once did he say, hey, like, let's pump the brakes. I don't think that we're doing that well for it to get to that. So I'm thinking we're doing well. We're on schedule. After a year or a year and a half, we'll probably get engaged. Then he goes, I don't think I want to live with someone again until I'm married to them, which is some new boundary that
No,
he
that's the right way to do it.
literally just made up because he's never said that the whole time we've been together. And I go, maybe it's not a good idea that you live with someone after you already got married to them because what if you guys are not compatible to live together and you don't know that until after you're already married? Then what?
But you just said y'all be at each other's house all the time and y'all don't leave each other's house and y'all argue. So y'all do know, y'all should know each other, right?
That's really dumb, actually. And so I'm like, okay, that's a completely new thing. But granted, it's been a year. We set our goal for a year. Are we going to get married? And he goes, no, that was your goal. Since when was this my goal? It was my goal, but like, I thought we were in agreement because you never said that we weren't in agreement. Clearly, I made all this up in my head. And this was never a goal. I just thought it was a goal because I continuously talked about it. And he never said that it was unrealistic. As a matter of fact, he said the quite opposite, that it was a realistic goal to have. And never once, as we neared to the end of that year, did he ever say, hey, I don't think we're close to being married.
If somebody comes up to you and said, "Hey," if you're a woman or your man comes up to you and said, "Hey, in a year, I want to have um, I want to have a brand new Cadillac or a brand new Mercedes Benz or what have you," and you say, "Okay, that's a realistic goal for a year." Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen, but it's a goal that we can reach for. If it, you know what I'm saying, if you, oh, that's a goal that you can reach for if you think you can do it. And then, if it ain't in the year, you don't have the funds or the credit to get it, then we had to readjust that goal. Same thing. It's, yeah, same thing. Yeah, 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 yeah. You had a goal, and this is a realistic goal for you to reach in a year, but we'll see where we at.
So imagine my surprise when he says, I don't think we're close to being married. We still have things to figure out. Because a couple of nights ago, I got super irritated at him and yelled at him and told him to leave my house. And apparently, that's enough of a reason for him to be like, whoa, I don't want to marry her. All right. So yeah. And so I said, hey, I'm actually scared that I'm going to be homeless because these. I said, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna be homeless because I don't have a job and these bills keep coming and I can't do it no more. I'm tapped out of resources. And I think I'm gonna end up, if you don't let me live with you, I'm gonna end up in my car, living in my car, something like being actually homeless. And he goes, well, plenty of millionaires have lived in their car before.
He didn't say that. But even if he did say it, I mean, maybe he trying to be funny. But that's a cold answer right there.
What the fuck? So basically, he said, yeah, no, I'm not gonna help you. I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. I know it's hard, but basically, he told me that you never really do have anybody to depend on and you come alone in this world and you are your own person and you should be your number one priority because nobody else is going to be dependable, which I translated to he is not someone I can depend on. Why would I ever marry someone that I can't depend on? I'm a dependable person. I've had friends that I've let stay with me, that I've given a place to stay for free, that I've been able to like say, hey, you can lean on me. Like, don't worry about nothing. Take a break. I got you. So if I can be dependable to my friends, you can be dependable to your girlfriend.
And why are your friends? But why are you? Yeah, why are your friends not dependable to you? If you've given friends all this money, helped them out, done things for them, let them sleep on your couch, this, that, and the third, where those quote unquote friends at? It seems like those are not friends; those are leeches. See, this is why you can't be in such a hurry or be the quick or so quick to try to quote unquote bless people, because a lot of times it's not a blessing, it's a crush. There's a difference. You can bless someone by, let's say like I say, they on hard times and they just need maybe a little money here to help get them back on track. Then you be like, okay, hey, let me help you out, let me be a blessing. Boom, you know what I'm saying, they get back on their feet, everything is cool, and then they even pay you back with interest. You, my friend, were a blessing. But if you are giving people money, let them sleep on your couch, they never pay you back. They're always in and out your house. They're always going through some hard times. They're grown just like you, can get out there and work just like you. But for some reason, woe is me, and don't understand what's going on and why life is so hard for them. And they're not trying to do anything for themselves. All they do is leech, leech, leech. And then the one time you say you can't do it, you're the worst person in the world. You're not blessing people that way. You are being leeches. And then when you need for them to come through for you for whatever reason, they're not there. But you want to live with your dude. You the first people that you should have talked to was your friends because they owe you favors, not him. So undoubtedly he hasn't asked you for anything. So he don't owe you nothing.
It's not a crazy concept. Yeah, we do come in this world alone, but relationships are the whole reason of everything. You should be able to depend on the people around you, on your community. They should be people that you can say, hey, you do owe a responsibility to the people you love and the people you care
Like
about.
your friends.
And apparently he doesn't think that way. And I don't think I can be in a relationship with someone who doesn't think that way. And so I decided that I kind of ghosted him. I just stopped talking to him and I probably will never speak to him again. That really turned me off.
I'm
And
sure he don't care.
yeah, that's why I broke up with my boyfriend because he said it was okay that I be homeless. I should be homeless while he goes home to his 3 bedroom house in a nice neighborhood and rubs his feet together under his nice comforter set, his nice sheet set, and watches his 70-inch TV on the wall and twiddles his thumbs together while I'm out in my car in the cold. Talking about he's gonna give me a blanket for Christmas so I don't be cold. You gonna get you a new bitch for Christmas? I ain't even. So
So number one, where someone want to see right quick. I want to see some of these comments. Where your parents at? You can't go live with them. I mean, this man 36 years old. You look like you might be in your 20s or whatever. So he wasn't trying to live with no baby. He probably seen how you lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. He like, nah, I don't want that headache. He probably know that you come in his house, you're gonna be begging and begging, and you're gonna break him. Nah, he ain't trying to go for that. But let's see some of these comments that are typical. Rejection is God protection because something is definitely off. Yeah. A man that'll watch you struggle is no man to marry. Again, if you put yourself out there like you are this boss chick and you don't need nobody, why would a dude come out and say, hey, let me help you? Do you need some help? This, that, and the third, because you're going to get it. Let me see something right quick. Can I see? Is there too many replies? The son to marry her. Yeah, I don't feel like watching this fight. He already living with his partner. Well, could be. So, as hell, if he is on the down low with his partner, she didn't see that. Congrats for not wasting multiple years on him. Girl, let me follow you because this time next year you're going to be a whole new space and I want to see good riddance to him, babe. Keep doing content. Do not stop. The breakthrough is coming. The car comment was sick work. He's really just done you a favor. Got to remove the mess before the true blessings come in. The best friend is his secret lover. Could be. Does he hate you? Could be. If he sees a future with you, he would offer you. He would offer you wouldn't have to ask. He already living with his spouse. Yeah, everybody. Hey, that's interesting. It's a lot of these females, these upset females, saying that he's living with his man. But would a man allow a woman to struggle if he loved her? It depends. Now, I ain't gonna say, well, it depends because is he struggling with you? Maybe he can't do a whole lot for you, and that could be an issue. I mean, but if y'all struggling together, then it doesn't matter if doesn't matter what you think about the struggling part because y'all struggling together, right? Um, Now, if he got the means and the finances to, you know, to help you in your struggle by any means, then that's fine. But saying you're gonna move into a dude's house, you know what I'm saying? Saying, hey, I need to come live with you. I'll be like, what? You need to? No, no. What you need to do is figure this out, and so we can yeah, you need to figure this out. Be the boss chick that you say you are, and make that money and go on and do your thing because I'm good over here and I'm all right. What Ashley say? My boyfriend paid my rent for 3 months when I was struggling with bills. We were dating for 2 months at this time. Wow. And he has his own place to pay for it. If he want, he will. Always. Interesting. No, like this is a rare case. Not a if he wanted to, he will. This is not something to expect from a guy you've known for 2 months. I know, like for 2 months, that is ridiculous. She didn't expect that he offered because he a real man. No, he just, got money burned trying to. Nah. No, I know I have to know too much, man. I mean, pay rent. Hold on, pay my rent for 3 months. What the hell were you doing for 3 months? The way you were struggling. Nah, we got to get you up. We need to find no. You can get no. There's jobs you can get to make money. You can work 10, 12 hours a day, easy, 7 days a week, someplace. You may not make the making big money, but you work enough overtime, you'll pay your bills. And I ain't sitting there saying, I don't want to sound too chauvinistic because I know how y'all will take it, but 2 months is not a long time. I mean, you can help. I can help you some, but to completely pay your rent, I mean, dude got some bread. I see he got money to burn. That's all that is. Because if he didn't have money to burn, it ain't like he gonna go work. Oh, you know what I'm saying? An extra job to pay your rent, and y'all not living together. Man, come on, let me y'all tripping on. But let me look at her page real quick, and then we'll get.
Men will literally men will literally gaslight you.
I'm sorry.
And just because I feel like now as of today, January 6th.
I'm sorry. I just
All right, we list. All right, all right. It's Monday. I just. Men will literally gaslight
Y'all
you.
don't want to hear all that.
So
Wait,
I go.
yeah, tell me what you think about this story, man. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have intelligent conversation. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those four things cost you maybe nothing but a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. If you'd like to support us financially, you can get super thanks, super chat, super stickers, and you can go to the description box, click on the links down there to help support us that way too. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.